Good morning. Today is the 13th of October 2023, Friday the 13th of October 2023, and I'm going to go over some levels for today. On my screen, first of all, let's look at the economic calendar. So we had some news at 8:30 and it did cause a bit of a push up in the market. And then we've got some news coming on 9 o'clock, which is now, so it was that Fed speaker. And then we've got a relatively important one at 10 AM. So at 10 AM today, keep an eye on any trades you may be in. And then rest of the day, we've got some minor ones. One at 2 o'clock may cause the market to move. That's 2 out of 3. And obviously we've got the 3 out of 3, the Michigan consumer sentiment. And that is at 10 o'clock, so keep an eye on that. So looking at the MES, we've got the hourly time frame. So you can see we are potentially putting in a lopsided hourly head and shoulders pattern. Not a great pattern, but we've got the neckline being developed. So this left shoulder, the head, and potentially we could be seeing the neckline coming in. So this is something we could be wary of. You know, it's not going to be a head and shoulder pattern until we see the neckline actually gets reset. Where are we today? So we're coming into the daily neckline again, which is the 4400 area as well. So this is this yellow line, and we've got a downward trading. It's curved over 50 moving average as well. So at the moment, can't really say which direction the market's going to head today. So we'll just play it by the chart. So some levels I'm watching. Originally I had the pre-market high as a level I was watching, but we've broken through that, so we can scrap that now. Potentially we've got this area here, which is where we come right up to for potential short into 4400. And looking at the level 2, there's quite a lot of sellers sitting at 4400 at the moment as well. So we'll see what happens on the open. So potentially we could see a rejection for 4400, or if we see continued buying, we're putting in a bit of a bullish trend there in the hourly, we might look for a break and retest, and with a potential target of 44.25, that area there. If we do break through, we could have a bit of a rejection on this area here, which is 44.10. That's always 44.10's always been a area where we've seen a lot of activity, and if you look on here, we've got higher concentrated volume coming in at that area as well. So all of this area is slightly high, so we could have some natural resistance around here as well. On the bear side, we are potentially putting in a downtrend. We haven't put it in yet. Until we break this area, we're not in a downtrend on the hourly, but we could be changing direction. We have to break 44.20, 44.25 to confirm an hourly uptrend still, but also we have to break 43.56 or 43.60 to confirm the downtrend. So this is the area to watch for. So initially I'll be looking for a bounce at 43.56. That entire area yesterday happens to be the tops of Friday, and it's where we bounced yesterday as well. So I'm watching a similar area for a potential bounce around here. If we do break down through this area, then we've got a bit of a gap to fill. Next area is probably not until we get down to, we've got the 200 moving average, so 43.40 down to 43.30, this area. So, but we'll play by ear on that. So that's it really. There's not really anything great on today. So 4400 rejection off of the 50 as well, or a break and retest. 44.10 as a potential rejection as well, and then obviously we've got this area of supply at the top at 44.25 for rejection. And again, all these levels can also be break and retest with confirmation. And then on the bounce side, I quite like 43.56, 43.55 area for a potential bounce. And we've got two slightly more higher risk bounce areas at 43.67 and 43.77. And I think that's it really for MES or the ES. So let's take a look at SPY. Very similar. Potentially we've got the left shoulder, the head, and maybe we could be seeing the right shoulder set up, but we won't know that until we see it come back down and form a neckline. And the neckline happens to be this daily level as well, 432.86. So we'll watch this area for a bounce, and I quite like this area right now for a rejection, but we'll have to, that's a higher risk rejection. 436.60 is another rejection area, and it happens to be tops of candles and a few bottoms of candles there as well. And again, like the ES or the MES, we've got 438 for potential rejection up here as well. Qs. Looking slightly stronger than ES today. In fact, it looks about the same. We've broken through yesterday's pullback area. We're kind of at that area now, so potentially this is a rejection area. So that's 371, and we've got this area up here, 373.75 as a potential rejection, this zone here. And we could also keep an eye on this position, which is 371 to 371.50 for another rejection, and that's basically where we rejected a few times before and we haven't quite made it back up to that area. For bounces, $366 area for potential bounce, and we can also keep an eye on yesterday's low area as well, 367.52. I'm just going to mark this in up here as well. So these are the areas I'm watching for potential rejections and bounces. And on Qs, I think that's basically it. Next area is excuse me, 371.10 or 371 area for potential rejection, and that's basically where we rejected before. Nasdaq, I'm sure, is very similar. Zooming out, we've got this area which happens to be the highs of the last couple of days, the tops of those candles. So 15.450 for potential rejection, 15.390 to 15.400 for another rejection. And again, and we've got the 50 moving average coming in as well, so we've got to break through that, and it's starting to curve over. And like the others, we need to break. We need to break this this area here to confirm a downward change of trend. And I quite like the bounce at 15.165, this area here, and that's basically the tops of Friday and the bottoms of Monday, Tuesday. I think what day is that? Tuesday. So that's the areas I'll be watching. So 15.165 for a bounce, and again we could also keep an eye on yesterday's low. I would say around that area there, 15.200, 15.200, nice round number, 15.219. And then oil, wow, it's gone off my screen. Must be doing something well. Look at that for a rally in the post market. So I'm actually long oil in a swing trade, and I managed to get it yesterday when it came down to this area here, which is good news. We've broken that pivot as well. So we've broken this area, and potentially, originally I said yesterday in my video I was waiting for a break and retest. I may even look to add shortly for the move up. So that's where we're looking today on the hourly. If we were to pull right back down, then the lows, this area here for potential bounce, 82.34 to 82. Look at this for a inverse head and shoulders pattern. So not really a perfect head and shoulders. We would like the neckline to be more defined, but potentially there's a similarity to head and shoulders pattern. And the right hand shoulder is not that great, but it looks like we've broken through and we're pulling back into this area. So potentially 86.20, 86.20, or exactly where we are now for a higher risk, because that's close to where we are, bounce. And I think that's it really. That's good. And that is everything. And for the long, if you did take the swing trade, which we've been talking about for the last few weeks and definitely the last few days, then a good target would be probably $90 for the first out, this area here. 88 as a potential target area to get out, and I'm just looking for areas of where there's higher areas of volume and yeah, that's about it really. I think just mark the bottom of that pivot. So $88 is a good target area. I really want to hold. I want to see it put in a new high, possibly get back to up here at 94. So we'll see how we go. I may take a little bit off on the way up. Yeah, I think the next target 87 as potential first target, and then this 91.88 area for a second target, and then obviously the highs. Okay, going back into ES again just to confirm the levels for today. We've got this daily level, which is the neckline, and it's the 4400 level, and you can see we've got higher concentrated volume at that area, so potential rejection at 4400. If we look at the level 2 on bookmap right now, we can see it's quite highly congested area, and we've got a lot of orders sitting up here. So whether we're gonna eat our way through all of this and push up, that's why it's best to go with confirmation, but we're close to that level. So 4400 reject or a break and retest long with confirmation on both that area. I'm looking for bounces here at 43.67, 43.57 area. 2 bounces and a rejection at 44.10 and 44.25. They're the areas I'm watching, and in between them I'm going to try and be better in my trading and actually take the areas which I specified today, because yesterday was a poor day. I was trying to go long all the way through this big move down, and even though I did go long eventually down here, all I had to do is just wait for my levels to come into play, either there or down here. Both levels would have worked, but not these levels here because there was no confirmation. Anyway, thank you for watching, and hopefully you have a good day trading, and I will see you again live on Monday at 9 AM Eastern time. Okay, I won't be around today. I'm just doing this video. I'm going to be around for an hour or two, and then not even an hour or two, and then I'll be back on Monday. Okay, thanks for watching.